What's going on, guys? Today's episode of the Tech Spot, we're going to be talking about the iPad 3 rumors, iPhone 5 rumors, and a whole bunch of other stuff in tech news, but mostly Apple today. So a lot of people are saying that there's going to be an iPad 3 release in September, but personally, I do not think that is going to happen, and I'll tell you why. One, the iPad was just released. They released one in March, correct me if I'm wrong. And I just got my iPad like last week. I got my iPad 2 like last week, and I'm loving it so far. I don't think Apple would put another one out less than a year from the one they just released. It just doesn't sound very Apple to me. But what I do think is going to be at that September conference is the next generation of the iPhone 5, also known as the iPhone 4S in rumor mill, and iOS 5 will be released alongside with that. This is what I think is going to happen. I think there's going to be an iPhone 5 and iOS 5 released there. And then the iPad 3 is going to be released next year, and it's March time slot, just like how Apple would do it normally with anything. But here's something that sounds plausible. Alright, so people are saying that the iPad 2 Plus may be in the works. Now, I think this might be possible for a couple reasons. Because Steve Jobs said that last year was the year of the iPad, and this year is the year of the iPad 2. He said that. He didn't say anything about the iPad 3. Of course he wouldn't, but I mean, if he says something like that, it leads you to believe that the iPad 2 is going to run through this whole year. Now, an iPad 2 Plus could have potential to showcase. Why? Because it probably won't be anything greater than just a Retina display added, and so on and so forth. It's not going to be a major upgrade. That's what I'm thinking. And that's what other people are thinking too. That the iPad 2 Plus here is going to be released in September, which is plausible. It sounds a lot more plausible than the September release of the iPad 3. People are thinking that something like this is going to happen real soon because in the latest iOS 5 builds they discovered Retina display quality images for the iPad in a Twitter integration. So they're thinking, okay, they're going to be releasing a Retina display iPad sometime soon, in September probably, and so they named it the iPad 3. But technically, I do not think that the iPad 3 is going to be coming out this September. It's just too soon. They're still developing the iPad 3. They're going to make it, from what I hear, the iPad 3 is going to be something great, and I think they're just going to make that wait until 2012. March of 2012 probably is when they're going to be doing that. But you never know. It's Apple. They've been known to surprise people. So that's that. As far as the iPhone 5 goes, let me show you guys a new site here that did an iPhone 5 rumor roundup. It's actually Engadget.com who did this. And basically what they're thinking is it's not really going to be a complete overhaul. They're thinking that it's going to be mostly just, it's pretty much more of the same, but better specs, maybe better processing speed, maybe a little thinner. It's going to be announced in September. We all know that. The iPhone's main cycle is June, but they missed it this year due to the delay in the Japanese factory who's producing the cameras, rumored to be Sony cameras actually. But hardware, like they said here, totally the same yet completely different. It's going to be more of the same except upgraded, maybe a few small cosmetic changes. Beyond that, there probably not much more in the iPhone 5, but I could be wrong, and I'll keep you guys updated with that. LTE maybe, with Verizon and AT&T adopting LTE very soon, and even Sprint in talks with LTE for Light Squared as well. Possibly there could be a Sprint iPhone. You never know. I mean, it's very likely, considering there's not going to be any more T-Mobile now that AT&T's bought out T-Mobile. That's a whole nother story. But leave your comments in below what you think about what the iPhone 5 is going to be, or whether you think there's going to be an iPad 3 coming out after all, or if it's just going to be an iPad 2 Plus, or if there's going to be no iPad, which is personally what I think. But the iPad 2 Plus is definitely is a plausible guess. So we just never really know. Anyway, thank you for watching today's episode for Spot on Tech, the Tech Spot. You are watching the Tech Spot on the Spot on Tech channel. We'll be back Monday night, so stay tuned. Anyways, rate, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about us. We'll be doing giveaways real soon once we get our subscriber rate up, so thanks for watching.